If client calls are causing you problem, by the end of this video, this problem is gonna be resolved and you are going to be a hell lot confident on the calls, because I know what I'm talking about because I have been at your place. So when I started out, this was even one of my major problems that I faced, and I had no one to guide. I had no one for guidance. I couldn't reach out to anyone, but now you have me. So I'm doing the part that I needed when I was having this problem. See, client calls are a particular thing which, if you ask every freelancer, like what's the most difficult thing, that is going to be this. Even if they have made big in the industry, some people, they tend to get nervous before client calls. And the only reason why people are not confident on client calls, and even I wasn't that confident on my client call, because like if you have watched my previous videos, I told you the first HR meeting that I had, I was best left, right and center because I didn't know what I had to do there. But now I can eat those HRs and don't even burp. So this is how the game changes over time. And now I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to become more confident the next time you get on a client call. The first thing is stop overthinking. Like, this is a problem. You have these scenarios in your head that are going over and over again that you have literally lost it. You are like suffering more in imagination than in reality. The issue is you cannot control what's going to be there, what the other person is going to say. You can control just what you want to say and how you want the conversation to flow. Like, you can only control the things that are under your control, right? The client is going to say something, you don't know what he's going to say, but you know, like if he says something, what you will say or what you should say, like that particular thing comes from within. So the first thing is stop overthinking. And the reason, number one reason for overthinking is that you are lacking preparation, which brings me to the next point. Know the history of the client. Literally search everything about the client that is available in the public domain. Figure out what they are doing. Know them, know their work, know how you can help. Like, do your research. The number one reason people are underconfident on calls is like, you don't know what the other person is doing. You don't know their business in and out. And if they ask you some random question, you are like simply flabbergasted that, okay, now what am I supposed to do? This is not how it is. You do your research. You go there prepared. And then you start having a word with the client, which brings me to my next point. And that is, it is not an interrogation. It is a conversation. So be humane and have a conversation rather than just throwing questions. Because an ideal situation where like, even like here, I'm giving an example of a person who had just started freelancing a year ago and a person who has been freelancing for the last 6 years. If we get on a client call, 90% of the structure is going to be same. The intro is going to be the same. The way they are asking their questions, that is going to be the same. Like, everything would be the same apart from the expertise and the other factors where like they are asking me what I will bring onto the table given I have 6 years of experience, but they're not going to ask you that much because you only have 1 month of experience. So things are different there, but 90% structure is same. You guys get on a call. You have a warm greeting and all that stuff. Now you can meet two kind of people. One, they would be very jolly, happy and full of energy. Second ones would be literally too angry and pessimistic type with no smile, and like they are just doing their job and you know they are like just doing their job. And the other person is like the other category is that they actually enjoy their job. So that's pretty much visible. After the intros and all is done, they're going to ask you questions. And I don't know why you guys fear this so much. If you don't know something, you don't know something. Just be clear. Like if they ask you, okay, what would be the strategy that you will implement if you would have been our in-house marketer or something, or for the position that you are being hired, like they will give you a situation. Like if you were in this situation, what would you do? And like, or even they will simply ask you for a simple strategy. But the thing is, you can't just frame a strategy on the call. You need time for that. And many people on these calls, they are just looking out for freebies. So you just tell them that I need time to frame a strategy. I just can't tell you everything right now because I need to consider a lot of factors. Every strategy is different. It is custom built. There is no set template that works for businesses. Even if you have a set template, please say that you do not have a set template, because people do not want to be sold the same thing that you are doing for others. So increase your odds by telling that it is custom made, so it takes time. Even if you have a template, just say that it takes time, dude. It makes the other person happy. And the other person is not a fool. Because here I'm telling you everything as a freelancer as well as a client. Because I work with a lot of freelancers who are working under me. and I myself work with global projects as their fractional CMO. So I know both the sides. So the freelancers who are working for me, or I would like I say, working with me, I can figure out whether this strategy is gonna work for me or not. But these things, they matter when you say on the call. Like, for example, if I tell you that, okay, this is a problem everyone faces, I'll give you this solution and this is gonna work out. And the second way I say it as, okay, your problem is a little bit different from the masses, but I have a solution for that. It's a custom solution that is tailored particularly for you. And if you do this, it's gonna work out. Now, which one is better? The former or the latter? Because the latter sure as hell sounds better to me, because it's custom made. It makes me feel valuable. Like, okay, the other person has did some research. He acknowledges it. He addresses it. He believes that my problem is different and he's giving a tailored solution to me. Even if the solution is generic, this is how marketing works, dude. This is how you have to sell yourself. This is what people in India, they lack. The Western people, they are too good with words. Our Indian people, they are so simple with words that it's so easy to fool them with all these stuff. Whatever, like these client call stuff, I'm saying majorly I'm speaking on the behalf of international clients. With Indian clients, you are Indian as well. You know how you have to deal with them. I don't need to tell you that. With international clients, it's a little bit game about psychology as well. It's like kind of a psychological warfare, because the other person is also spending their money. They know $1 is equal to 84 INR. They know that the money they are paying you, you are earning more than the average Indian. So they are gonna try to cut you down, but you don't have to cut down. Like, just try and sit down once. Why these calls actually make you fear so much? Like, why are you fearing these calls? What is the reason? The worst thing that can happen is that the other person thinks you are not a master of your skill. Other person thinks you don't know anything. But why does it matter? Like, what is the worst that can happen on a virtual meeting? You are in the same surrounding, you are in the same environment, you have the same people around you. Nobody is coming and saying stuff to you. Nobody is like destroying your goodwill. No one is spreading bad word about you. What is changing? It's all in here. That's why I said in the beginning, overthinking is the main reason. If you just see it as a conversation with a stranger and you are just trying to build a connection and see a potential synergy or a partnership, the whole meaning changes. You see it like the other, if you see the other person as dollars, like if I talk to this person, I'll get $2,000. I have to get those $2,000. You are never gonna get those $2,000. Focus more on what you can do to solve this person's problem. Try to build connections and relations. That's how you survive in the longer run, because I survived. Indian freelancers do not survive for 5-6 years. I survived and I'm still surviving and thriving. So definitely I know stuff that is working out, and I'm telling you that. And before I blow up, it's particularly good for you that you implement what all I am saying, because we are picking up pace. I'm having a plan in my mind. I'm gonna blow up real soon on YouTube. And after that, things are gonna change. I might not be able to revert back to you in the comments and all that kind of stuff. So make the most out of it at this particular moment. If I have to sum up in the very basic layman terms, it's just that start doing. Do not think about the outcomes, because in virtual meetings, no one can actually destroy a shred of you. They can't do anything, dude. They can just say and just, like, if you turn off your laptop and you go out, nothing changes. So why are you worrying about it so much, like a random person, like out of the 8 billion people in this world, what that one person is gonna think? Who cares? Why do you care about it? I don't understand it. There is no reason to be undermining yourself on, like, from a stranger's perspective, like what the other person is gonna think. Why are you undermining yourself for that? Doesn't make sense, right? You have to be the better version of yourself every day. And these things, these minute things, if somebody had told me this thing, like if I had me 5 years back, I would have been somewhere else. Like, everyone has their own journey, but if I would have known all these stuff served on a silver platter like I am doing with you guys over the last 40-45 videos that I have posted, I would have literally thrived, dude. I was craving for information, but I had all the generic information available. But whatever I am telling you is, it's not generic.